Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to continue our playthrough of the Forest of Adrimon, the Valley of the Dead King duel game here. We're playing with two heroes. We've got Arghast, the Highlander Scoundrel, and his feathered dragon mount Vayshee. Together we have gone through quite a bit of content already. We've gotten 5 fragments so far. We've gotten probably a third of the deck of our power-ups here. We've gone through several circumstances. And Arghast is starving. So we have gained the first level of starvation for Arghast. We moved through the trees, and in doing so we had lost all our food. We encountered the mold circumstance. So all of our food was depleted. So we, at the end of the last game turn, we actually are looking at doing the last hero destination, and this is one of our living cards. So we're going to pick it right up in the movement phase of this game turn. So we are going to roam as our movement for this game turn and next game turn, and that will allow us to choose one fragment to gain. We don't have to draw randomly. We get to look for one and just get it. So roam is your movement for the next 2 game turns as she leads you through the forest. When you arrive in the new location, gain 1 fragment of your choice. All right, so we're going to roam. So that means the first roll is going to be direction, and the second roll is going to be distance. So the direction, if we look at our wander graphic here, direction is hex. So we are going northward, and let's see what we get. Oops. Put this guy back. We get 1, so we are moving 1 hex northward. All right, so that is our movement for that phase. Let's go ahead and roll our skills here. Now the scoundrel is starving already. He has gained the first level. If he fails his survival roll, he will now be starving level 2, and he will not be able to use his survival in the future. So let's see what we do here. We do roll a hex on survival. So awesome, he makes it. He stays at that first level of starving. We've made everything else here. Let's grab my pen. And let's see what Vayshee does with her skills this turn. So we made everything except for HEXplore here. So thankfully she made her survival, and she does not need to roll, or she does not start starving either. Okay, so now we're going to move into the circumstance phase. Let's go ahead and roll that. 6, 1, 2, 6, a Wyvern. Well, a Wyvern is going to give us some food. I think we're going to do it. So let's see. We are going to fight a Wyvern. So level 4 creature. We move cautiously. It's a level 4 creature. We are currently on moderate. So that's going to be 16. It's going to have 36 health. 36 health. I think we're going to do it. Yep, we're going to fight the Wyvern. So 36 health and 36 energy. We are fighting this creature on moderate, so it is going to hurt us a little bit more than it would otherwise. All right, so we have the first round out of the game. I think the scoundrel cannot use energy, so he's not going to be able to backstab. He is starving at the moment. So I think what he's going to do is the scoundrel is going to use a sneak attack for 10 damage. So we're going to do 10 damage. The historian is going to use ancient rituals, and his ancient rituals will be used to enhance the scoundrel's attack. So he's going to spend 2 energy to do that. 5. That also means he can defend at the same time and use an item. So that 10 damage is going to go up to 18 damage. Let's see what the Wyvern does. Rolls a 2. Single target health. The target becomes burned. Okay, so we have 2 targets possible here. We roll a 9 for the Scoundrel, and we roll a 9 for the Historian. So we have to re-roll. A 7 and a 7 again. Okay, we re-roll. A 5 and a 3. Okay, so the Scoundrel becomes the target. He is going to take 5 plus 1 damage is 6. So he goes down to 8 health remaining, and he is now burned. Burned is a condition that reduces the healing that he receives in half, and it causes him to lose health at the beginning of every round. Let's see, so the burned condition, 3 health at the beginning of the declaration phase, and they heal 3 less each time their health is healed. 3 less. Okay, so he's down to 8 health currently. Our Wand of Ashes is activated. So I think the Historian will be using the Wand of Ashes on the Scoundrel. We get to roll a 8-sided die. We've activated this the last time it was used. So we're going to roll this, and if we roll a hex or an 8, it explodes. And it's a 6. So the 6 healing is reduced by 3 because of the burned condition. So he does heal 3. He goes up to 11. Okay, so that's that. The Wyvern has 18 health left. We're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to do a 10 damage sneak attack. And Vayshee is going to, she's depleting her energy. She's only got 3 energy left. We're going to use Ancient Rituals, and we're going to increase that damage again. So we get a Hex. I keep knocking this chip here out. Okay, we roll a Hex. Dual target health. The first target also suffers 6 energy damage. Okay, so both of our heroes are going to be taking a 7 health damage attack, and the first target who is affected will also take a 7 energy damage. So let's see who it is. 10 for the Scoundrel and 3 for the Historian. So the Scoundrel is the first target of the attack. First of all, he's taking 3 damage from the burned condition. Then he takes the 7 damage from the health. That leaves him at 1 health remaining. He also is suffering 7 energy damage. So Arghast, this Wyvern, has completely almost destroyed him. He's down to 1 health remaining, 0 energy. He's burned. If we don't kill the Wyvern in this game, in this combat round, he will take another 3 damage in the next at the next round. The Historian has also taken 7 damage. Our Feathered Dragon is now down to 2 health remaining and 3 energy remaining. So that, let's see, I think we're going to use Ancient Rituals one more time, because you can choose to use more than 1 ritual in a turn. So we've used the 1 ritual to boost an ally's attack by 8. We're going to also use 1 more ritual to boost a hero's, let's do the energy. So that's going to give him 4 energy back. So that will allow him to go up to 5 energy remaining here. Okay, so what happens? The Wyvern is defeated. We do get 7 gold and 2 food. So hey, at least we can have the Scoundrel eat that 2 food right away, and that gets rid of his starving condition. Now I'm gonna just use the other 2 food that we would have given to Vayshee, and we're gonna give it back to our Highlander here, so he doesn't starve next turn. All right, so we get 7 gold. Excellent. And we have just defeated a Wyvern. Okay, so that was our circumstance. We are currently still doing the last hero destination. It does not require us to roll any skills, so we will simply move into the villain phase. The Dead King is going to select a new target. So we have a 3 and a 4. Let's go odds and evens. So odds is a result of a 3. evens as a result of a 4. Odds it is. So we now have the Dead King heading toward the orc home. Okay, the Magi is going to increase, and just like that, we move into the 4th fate cycle. Do we have any heroes that have a 4 for their skills? She's just behind us. It looks like the Arghast has a 5 for survival. So we will need to focus on getting that survival up if we can at all manage it. Okay, so the next thing that happens is it's our turn. We're going to heal a little bit because of our camping gear. And let's do 3 and 6 here. I think we're going to have Vayshee is going to sacrifice 2 energy to get the Wand of Ashes activated, and that way we can get another heal. So we're going to heal, use that Wand of Ashes right away to heal Arghast for a measly 2 health. Okay, let's do it again. So we're going to take another 2 energy, and that's going to go up by 7 this time. So let's use that 7 on Vayshee, so that we're going to be up to 10 health and 2 energy here, and 4 health and 1 energy for the Scoundrel. Okay, movement phase. Once again, we're still working on this destination, so we are going to roam one more time and fulfill the last piece of the last requirement of this destination. So the first roll will be the direction, and it is a 1, so we're going that way, and 5. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We can't go any further because this is in incrossable terrain, so we are actually only moving 3. That is within our move cautious rate. So we have been able to move cautiously, and we now will be fulfilling the requirement for this destination. So we move into the skill phase. And oh, he missed survival again, so he's eating that food. We no longer have any more food for Arghast. Once again, he's going to start starving if he doesn't make his next survival roll. We did get some gold though, and let's see for Vayshee here. So we got gold, we made it on a hex, and we made the survival roll as well. So Vayshee is doing fairly well. Arghast is doing a little worse for wear. All right, so the next thing that happens is we have a circumstance, and we roll an 8. So Fisherman's Luck, look at that. The Corrigan has led us, the spirit has led us to a small, looks like a small pond, and we're able to use this Fisherman's Luck card. So that will allow us to hopefully get some extra food here. So let's see, who would have thought you'd have luck fishing out here? Each hero rolls survival. If at least one hero succeeds, the group rolls 1 6-sided die. Each hero gains food equal to the results rolled. We make that just barely with our skill modification here from the difficulty, and we make it with a hex here. So that means we get to roll a d6, and each of our heroes are going to gain the result of food. Awesome. 4. So each hero gets 4 food. That is awesome. We'll take it. Let's just give it right to Arghast. So awesome. The spirit is taking care of us and has allowed us to find some food in the wilderness. Okay, so now we're going to fulfill the quest, that destination. And again, that was a living destination, so it's on our website. Roam is your movement for the next 2 game turns. When you arrive in the new location, gain 1 fragment of your choice instead of drawing a card. So let's go ahead, and I think we're going to go after the sword. So let's go and find the sword. There we go. Epic. Awesome. So we're going to reshuffle our fragment deck here. And we have now the second piece to the sword. So we are going to gain a +1 to attack, a +1 to survival, or a power-up card. We're definitely going to take that survival roll for Arghast. So his survival score will increase. Oops. I really threw that one. So his survival is going to increase to a 6. And let's see, the historian, let's go with a measured strike increase. So his red will go up by 1. And there you have it. We have the second sword fragment. Okay. Next thing that happens is the Dead King moves, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's moving at a rate of 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has already taken over the next piece, the next city in his conquest. It definitely looks as if the Dead King is going to win over the Magi in this game. All right, so we are done. The Magi's fate tracker is going to increase, and it is now our turn. Now, one nice thing about the Last Hero card, we can continue to play through these destinations without refreshing the slot. So that means we have access, because we've already done the first living card, the Last Hero, we can now continue to play through those cards. I think we should. Let's go ahead and look at July's card, which is the next card in the stack. Okay. The Last Hero, HEXplore. This is a hidden power second mastery. And this is going to exist on tile B, which is right here actually. And it is right down here. So this next location is going to take place right there. And we have a road that goes right through there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get there and move cautiously because it's on the road. Awesome. Rue's spirit is an active one. Since she's appeared, you've been bombarded with visions of her past memories. The animals and even the plants seem to lend their aid to you. You've learned that a fawn named Alistrain has found another piece of Rue's shattered relic. Seek Alistrain the Keeper near the road leading into Connacht. If you succeed, gain 1 fragment of your choice. Again, we gain another fragment of our choice, which means we could complete the sword. Challenge. Bring Alistrain to an enthralled city, and she'll tell you more of Rue and gift the group with a Wand of Ashes. So we could get another Wand of Ashes. That would be awesome. All right, so I think that's what we're going to do. It's our movement phase here. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are moving cautiously along the road. We've used our entire move on this one. And the next thing that we will do is we're going to roll skills. 5, 9, missed navigate. That's okay, we're moving cautiously. Made everything else, just barely explore. And we made everything except for survival over here. So Vayshee is a hungry dragon. All right, we've rolled our skills, and now it is time for a circumstance. So we are going to roll that, and we roll a 2. Well, we could play both. Let's play both of these cards here. All right, so we're going to play both slots in this stack. The first thing that happens is Winged Thugs. A pack of enraged pixies wish to make a giant's elixir in order to grow bigger and drive away the cruel trolls that have taken over their home. They steal an essence vine from you in order to create the elixir. If the party doesn't have one, each member suffers 2 health damage, getting a first taste of the pixie's wrath. Of course, if you happen to have a giant's elixir you're willing to give up, you can avoid the scuffle and the pixies will gladly take it off your hands. Giant's elixir. We have a giant's elixir because we stole one in one of the enthralled cities. So Arghast takes pity on these little winged fairies, pixies, and he gives up his giant's elixir. Probably a good thing we kept a hold of it and didn't use it in the fight with Hathawir. So we are able to get away with just a little bruising of words from these malicious pixies. All right, now we're going to play the Remote Veil card because it was also in the stack that we rolled. You've found an isolated valley that winds deeper into the forest. Each hero roll Navigate. For each hero who succeeds, the group receives 2 infused seeds. If at least half the heroes succeed the Navigate roll, the group may also draw a card from the Fragment deck. Whoa, that's awesome. So we get to roll our Navigates here, and if one of us makes it, we will gain a Fragment card. And for each hero who succeeds, we get 2 infused seeds. Hex, awesome. 7 plus the 1 is an 8. It's still a success for Vayshee. We get 4. We've made 2 attempts. We get 4 seeds and 1 fragment. So we now have 8 seeds. And let's draw this fragment card. It is the staff. So this is the second fragment, second piece that we have of the staff. Okay, so this fragment glows with a curious energy which gently ebbs and flows. As you touch it, you experience a vision. You see a delicate elven face cloaked in shadow. It is evident that he has seen many centuries, and yet he appears youthful. The concern on his face tells his story well. Okay, so our options are +1 to purple, +1 to green, or a power-up. Let's go with purple over here. 7. And let's go with a power up over here. Trait. We don't use traits in this game, and well, in this playthrough at least. So that's going to turn into a +1 health. Vayshee is up to 12 health now. All right. Oh, and we would have healed 1 because of our camping gear at the beginning of the turn. So we now have the Historian with 3 energy, and we have 5 health for the Scoundrel. Okay, what next? We've just did our Circumstance. Let's go ahead and refill those cards. Annoying Pixie and Sleepy Spore. All right, and the next thing that happens is we are going to do our destination. So let's look at that destination card again. This is the last hero. This is on our website here. So we need to roll Explore. And it looks like Hidden Power is 2nd Mastery. So, and if we get a critical success, if we get a critical success, we get a +1 to Navigate. Crit fail on the Scoundrel. We roll a 10. So the Scoundrel has no luck, and he is unable to gain the Explorer. Let's see if Vayshee, the Feather Dragon, can do it. 3 turns into a 4 is a success. So Vayshee is able to find Alistrain the Keeper. We gain a fragment of our choice. Now, do we want the staff or do we want the sword? Why don't we go after the sword? Okay, so we're going to pick one. Here it is all the way at the bottom. And there you have it. It is this sword. So as you claim this fragment, you witness a strange event. A fierce warrior appears several paces away, practicing his form. He has long ears and disappears and appears to be a troll. He wields the great sword with precision and surprising grace, and then disappears. All right, so we're going to go with +1 attack, I think, all around. And 3 here. And that will be our sword fragment. Now, in order for us to create this fragment, we need to go and destroy one of these, this first Sentinel that has appeared here. So we can do that. Actually, this is off the board now. Okay, so at the end of our turn, we will go ahead and, let's see if this challenge here. Bring Alistrain to an enthralled city, and she'll tell you more of Rue and gift the group with a wand of ashes. Do we want to do that? Yeah, we do, and we probably want to fight the Sentinel first and then go to an enthralled city. Why don't we do that? All right, so just looking at that third card in the series here, and that card says to go to an enthralled city. So I think that's a good thing. First thing that happens is the Dead King selects his last targeted city, and this is going to spur us into, after he is, oh yeah, I just saw that this was off here. That is a fallen city. So once he takes this, we move into the end game sequence for the duel game. Okay. So the next thing that happens is the Magi's Fate Tracker goes up, and then we have our turn. Let's go ahead and use Hathawir. We're going to call on the Great Owl, who we've influenced earlier in the game, and we're going to have that Great Owl take us to the battle site, which is all the way over here. So we are going to travel there, and that travel is cautious because we are on the back of this gigantic owl. So we have been dropped off in this location. We get to roll our skills, and then we are going to face the Sentinel there. 5. That's a 6. That's good. A 5 and a 7 does not. We don't get the gold on this roll. Let's see what Vayshee does. We rolled gold. She did make her survival. And we did make navigate, even with a roll of an 8. Okay, so the next thing that happens, why don't we use up some of our potions before the battle. So while we're on the back of this giant owl, we're going to spend some of our potions here to heal up to full. So let's see, he's full. Let's go ahead and do 2 potions here. 5. That's going to give us 9. Let's use 2 more to go up to 15. And then we're going to use both of our potions here. Oh, we used our scroll of tree walking already. So he doesn't have any more. So 11 and 8. Okay, so going into this battle, we are going to have the Scoundrel with 11 health, 8 energy, and the Historian with full health and 15 energy. All right, the other thing, why don't we go ahead and we're going to spend 2 energy to get that Wand of Ashes activated. Oh, and we do have a escort with us now. We have Alistrain, which is the keeper. So let's see what she does. So in July, she is a 5/4. So she has 5 health, and she attacks for 4 damage each game turn. All right, so I've just written that in our escort area here. So we do have a 3rd member of the group. Okay, so we are fighting the Sentinel in the first battle site here, and the fate cycle is 4. So let's see here. So we have, I'm just reading through this, a Sentinel soul shield is equal to 6 times the current fate cycle. So that's 24. Plus it is undangerous, so that's 44 soul shield is what it has currently. Roll the fate die before battling a Sentinel and modify 1 ability according to the table below. Alright, so it has 16 energy. What we're going to do, we are looking at our placard here. We have a Sentinel with 44 soul shield, 44 health, and 16 energy. We're going to roll to see what type of Sentinel this is, and we get a 5. So a 5 is the Mastery. Okay, the additional effect, this Sentinel is soul-laced to an especially powerful entity. Raise its initial soul shield amount by 10. So it doesn't have 44 soul shield, it has 54 soul shield. It must be soul-laced to a giant that's somewhere in the forest. Alright, so heroes who deal piercing damage suffer piercing energy drain equal to the fate cycle. So if we're doing piercing damage, we take a little bit of extra damage here. We will get 8 gold out of this combat and a vine. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin. So the first thing that happens, the scoundrel is going to use treasure hunting to set up for a big attack. So we are going to roll to see. He misses that with the roll of a 10. He does not get treasure hunting. The historian is going to use measured opponent, and because we do not have construct as our favored opponent, so we are going to just use ancient rituals this turn, and we're going to give Arghast a potion while we're defending. So in fact we'll give him 2 of the 3 potions we have. So that will be his item action. They're both defending. Let's see what the Sentinel does. We roll a hex. So that is the Mastery. Group energy of 4 damage. Heroes who damage the Sentinel roll a 6-sided die and suffer the result as piercing health damage. So none of us are actually dealing damage to the Sentinel at this time. So we just take 4 energy damage. Sorry, 5 energy damage because of actually our escort is doing some damage. So our escort, it is piercing health damage. Roll a 6-sided die. 3. So our escort actually takes 3 damage. She goes down to 2. Let's have Arghast use one of those potions that Vayshee gave him this round. So that will rise our escort's health up just a little bit, back up to a 5. That 4 damage does go to the Sentinel. Sentinel now has 50 soul shield remaining. Okay, the next thing that happens, Scoundrel is going to use his backstab. So he goes down to 3 energy now. We should be at 11 and 9 now for the historian. Okay, so Scoundrel this turn is using backstab. It's going to do 22 plus 11 is 33 plus the roll of a 10-sided die. 5. So we can get 38 damage to the soul shield. The historian is actually going to be increasing the scoundrel's attack by 8 damage. So that's going to be 46 damage coming in to this soul shield that the scoundrel is doing. The historian is obviously using ancient rituals, and I think that's it for now. Let's see. I did put down the 4 damage coming in from coming from Alistrain, our NPC. And look at that, 46 and 4 is going to be 50. If this doesn't defend or heal, we will be able to rid it of its soul shield in this game turn, this round. Let's see what it does. A 2. Single target health, and it heals 4. Well, a heal goes to health. It does not go to soul shield. So it will be doing 7 damage to one of our targets. Let's go ahead, and Scoundrel is green, Historian is yellow, and our NPC is blue. 3, 3, 4. So Scoundrel is taking the damage. He is not defending this round. He takes 7 damage. He goes down to 4 health remaining. Okay, and all of that damage goes through. The construct has 0 soul shield left, and now it's left with 44 health remaining. All right, so the next thing that happens is I think the Scoundrel will do treasure hunting once more. And we roll another 10. Boy, Arghast is terrible about treasure hunting. I think he's more concerned with how his dragon is doing, and so he's not really putting his heart and soul into it. We rolled another 10 on that. The Historian is going to use, drops him down to 2. He will also use a potion this round, so he's going to go up to 7 and 5. And then Vayshee is going to use his Ancient Rituals. Again, he does not have Favorite Opponent with Construct, so he can't do any of his second ability. So 7. So 7 energy. He's going to be doing Ancient Rituals, and that will be a heal of some kind. Let's see what this thing does. It rolls a hex again. Goes down to 8 energy. All right. Heroes who damage this Sentinel roll a 6-sided die and suffer the result. Oh, that says heroes. So, in fact, it wouldn't have been the NPC. The NPC can get through and do that damage. So, we do have the 4 damage coming in from Alistrain. And at the end of this turn, let's see. That's 4 damage incoming to both of their energy. They're both evading or using their defend values, so they don't suffer any damage. This is actually going really well so far. We have 40 health remaining. The Scoundrel will use 2 energy this turn, this round, to deal backstab, and again it will be 22, 33, and let's just go all in and use his Highlander ability. Oh no, if you are the only hero dealing damage to the opponent, you may spend 2 energy. He is the only hero that's damaging the opponent, so yes, he can do that. I think the Historian last round was doing his Ancient Rituals, so in fact he actually has a heal coming in. Let's go with a 10 for... There we go. Okay, sorry, I was just taking care of the heal that I didn't resolve last round. All right, so the Highlander is going to be doing 66 damage because he is the only hero that is dealing damage to this this entity. The Keeper that we have with us, Alistrain, is doing 4 health damage for a total of 70 damage incoming. Historian is going to use Ancient Rituals and see if we can keep someone alive. And we roll another 4. So that would be the heroes who damage the Sentinel roll a 6-sided die and suffer the result as piercing health damage. 1. So the Scoundrel takes 1 piercing health damage plus the 1 for the difficulty. He's down to 8. He also takes 4 energy, so he has depleted completely of his energy. And that's it. The Sentinel is destroyed. So now we have a power-up card. We also get 8 gold each, so that's 32 and 34. And we get a vine. So let's go ahead and have the Historian is going to spend a health and energy to get a -3 bonus to this roll. We're going to roll it and see 5. So it's a 6. 5 minus 3. We make it. We actually needed a 4 or less. So we get a Essence Vine. All right, so just to kind of show you where we're at here, we have 8 seeds, 2 Essence Vines. We have a Keeper with us, Alistrain, which has 5 health and deals 4 damage each turn, each round. We have Vayshee and Arghast here. Arghast is depleted completely of energy. He's only got 8 health left, 0 energy. The Historian has 11 health and 6 energy left. And that has defeated the Sentinel. We get to roll. The extra fragment that we get on moderate difficulty, we will get an extra fragment if we roll a 3 or less. And we rolled a 3, so we gain a fragment. And that is the figurine. Okay, and that also has the fate tracker on it. So we're going to add 1 to our fate tracker here. All right, so this has got, so I think we should do the 2 power-ups. Let's do the 2 power-ups. All skills over here, skill and defend. We have a defend over here, and first mastery and attack. All right, so I'm just going to put these in our character and I'll come right back. Okay, and then 2 of those cards have the Magi symbol on it. So the Magi's symbol will go, the fate tracker will go up by 2. We're almost to fate cycle 5. Now we've defeated a Sentinel in this battle site. That means that a couple things have happened. We now gain access to build the sword. We've also will have gained a favor in this location. So if we look at the battle site placard, if you earn a favor, if you camp in a battle site, or if you defeat a Sentinel while in a battle site. So we gain the favor of the Elder. Whenever a hero draws power-up cards, they may draw 1 additional card and discard one of their choice. So awesome, we can now draw extra power-up cards and decide which ones we want to take. To forge a relic, the heroes must return to the corresponding battle site during the event phase if one hero meets the wielder requirement. The wielder requirement for the sword is 6 attack. This scoundrel, our Highlander, has an 11. So we have gained Kedgel's Greatsword, and that is our first relic. We gain 6 to our attack rank. His attack rank is now 17, guys, oh, sorry, 5. So it's actually 16. My apologies, I was looking at the wrong symbol here. So the wielder requirement is 6. Okay, once per combat, you may spend 4 energy to deal bonus piercing health damage equal to your attack rank. Awesome. Okay, so we have the Greatsword. Excellent. So at the end of this game turn, the dead king is going to go. Let's see. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He takes that last city over, guys. So what this means is we have now triggered the second boss event in this game. Because this is a duel game, both bosses are moving around the board and doing their thing. The Dead King has basically overtaken. He's gotten enough power. He's taken all 6 cities, and now something special happens. So let's finish kind of what we were doing here. The next thing that happens is the Magi's Fate Tracker goes up by 1, and that spurs Fate Cycle number 5. So she is now only at Fate Cycle 5. The Dead King has gotten 6 cities. So let's take a look at that special event that occurs. Okay, so when the Fate Cycle becomes 6, or the Dead King gains 6 fallen cities, roll a 10-sided die and add the Fate Cycle, okay? 10-sided die, and we're adding 5. A hex. So we only are adding 1 plus 5 is 6. If the result is equal to or lower, so we have a 6, then twice the number of fallen cities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 12. So it is equal to or lower. The dead king recognizes Adrimon's influence and immediately targets the Acropolis. When he arrives, he seizes control of the Magi's fate spool and remains in the center of the Acropolis for the rest of the game. The fate cycle continues to increase normally. If the result is higher, Adrimon has mind-wiped the dead king. The dead king has prevailed. Adrimon's influence, she tries one last time to overtake the dead king and fails. The dead king now sees what she's up to, and now he is headed to the Acropolis. He has targeted the Acropolis as his last target. When he gets here, he will become ultra powerful, and we will have to face not only Adrimon, who now he controls, but we will also have to face the dead king in the last combat. Terrifying. Okay, so moving on. We've just finished the battle site. We've just done the everything here. Let's go ahead and finish that next destination. We're working on the last hero, which is a living card arc. So let's take a look at that next one. So bring Alistrain to an enthralled city, and she'll tell you more of Rue, and gift the group with a wand of ashes. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We are in an enthralled city. We gain another wand of ashes. And let's see, we're going to increase our vitals by 1. All right. And let's take a look at that Arghast card. This diminutive druid tasks you with a dangerous errand. The spirit wants you to travel to an enthralled city to learn something of great importance. Looks like we're here. You may attempt this destination during the event phase while in any enthralled city. So, all right, so it's not the event phase just yet. We are going to roll skills. Made it, missed it. So we're going to eat some food. We gain some gold. And over here, the historian, 6, made it, missed it. So we are going to eat some food for the historian here, their dragon. And we fail on the explore roll as well. Okay, the next thing that happens, this is a risky quest, a risky destination. If you succeed, so this is 1 success required each. This is both the survival and navigate. So we are going to roll, survival and navigate, green and blue. We're going to roll both of these dice. Yes, first of all, we're going to do the destination, then we will do the enthralled city event. So we rolled a hex on that, and we've gained this. So the scoundrel was able to succeed on this quest. Let's see this destination. Let's see if the historian does so as well. Hex, and 9 is a failure. Okay, this is risky. If any hero fails both rolls, the group is ambushed by the mind wiped. So she at least made the navigate. So we managed, Vayshee just barely managed to duck down an alleyway while we were in this enthralled city. If you succeed, we did, you find that the townspeople are building a great automaton, a sentinel as tall as a tower, and at its core, a glowing blue crystal exists. These crystals hold value to the Magi. Crystals, that's interesting. I think we tie into those in Sands of Shurax. All right, so we are going to gain 2 fragments and 8 gold for that success. Awesome. Okay, and we get 2 fragments. So let's see what those are. The scepter and the shield. All right, so we have gained +1 blue. I think I'm going to take power-ups for each. Let's go with a +1 to defend from the shield over here. So we get 1 power-up here, and we get 2 power-ups here for Vayshee. All right, so Vayshee has 10 +1 each. And Arghast has +1 for second mastery and attack. All right, so that is, we're done with that. Okay. And we can put these away here. Okay. What do we want to do next? At the end of this, oh, we still have the Enthralled City event to do, so I will do that real quick. We're going to have our heroes split up a little bit. So 2 hexes. And even despite the difficulty, Arghast has made all 3. Historian, 7 is a fail, 10 is a fail. Oh, the Historian has failed everything. Okay, so we are going to roll once on the Fates 5. -1. Mind-wiped guards have cornered you. Each hero suffers 3 non-lethal health damage. So we get taken out here. So that's 3 for Vayshee at least. Let's see. So then we get a 4 for the Scoundrel. Actually, he rolled all 3, so we get a 3. It was a long and tiring day. You've had only a few encounters with the mind-wiped. Roll the 6-sided die. Each member suffers the result as energy damage. So we are going to, Arghast is going to lose some energy. 5. So he's down to 0 left. Okay, so we have 5 rolls for the Scoundrel, and we have, let's see, we have only 3 for the Historian because they went alone. All right. And so let's see. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit and come back. Okay, we're back. What we managed to find, the Scoundrel used 3 of his rolls for gear and 2 of his rolls for items and loot. The 2 items that he found were he found 2 scrolls of tree walking. The 3 gear upgrades that we received, we found 1 health, and we found 2 to our Explorer. And then the Historian, we used all 3 of his, all 2 of his rolls on the, he had 3. We used all 3 on the green items and loot. So he gained 2 green fire potions, and he gained a tree walking potion. So I just put that on with the Scoundrels. Okay, at the end of this turn, the bosses are going. So he is moving at 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only a matter of time before the Dead King takes over Adrimon. She's dead meat, this construct. Okay. Next thing that happens. Let's go ahead and Magi's Fate tracker goes up by 1. Why don't we use a scroll of tree walking and go after Aranea? That would do a couple of things for us, and it's right next to a grove portal, which would mean we're able to possibly enter the grove. So we're going to use a scroll of tree walking. We're going to go 1 to a great tree, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. And we will end right here, right next to the Acropolis for 4. We have 2 speed left, so we could go 1, 2. And why don't we go to this waypost? Let's go to this waypost. So 1, 2. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the waypost and see if we can buy some things here. All right, so we're done with our last hero. So we'll put that there. We're going to roll skills and make sure we didn't wander. Ooh, failed. And failed. We're going to wander. Okay. We made survival at least. And we have a little bit extra gold here. Okay. So we wander. We're going to roll the wander die and see where we wander to. 3 is south. We can't actually travel south, so that means we actually stay where we are. We end up on this waypost, so that couldn't have worked out any better. We are going to take a look at the waypost and see what we want to do for... All right, what do we want to spend here? I think we want to spend some some gold on some nature's essence. Let's get a Heart of the Forest for 20 gold. So we're buying a Heart of the Forest. Okay. That's all we're going to do. We're also going to pay 1 gold to heal up to full. We heal completely. And that brings us to the bad guy part of this game, and that is the villain phase. The Dead King arrives in the Magi's Acropolis. He has taken over Adrimon and has soul shielded. He's basically taken control of the Fate Spool. So he is now going to be able to take control of the entire region. He is just going to sit here, and hordes of people are now coming to him, and now there will be this gigantic bone legion that he is creating. So bad news for us adventurers, good news for the villain. Okay, let's double check to see what the book says about that, just in case I need to read something here. Okay, if the Dead King obtains the Fate Spool, every other game turn during the Dead King phase, 1 city is turned into an enthralled city. Okay, every other game turn, these cities are now going to become enthralled cities. All right. During the Dead King phase of each game turn, the group suffers energy drain equal to half the fate cycle. So we are now taking energy drain equal to half that fate cycle. The Dead King gains a soul shield equal to his total health. His attacks and conditions deal 1 extra damage. All remaining sentinels crumble to dust, are removed from play, and no longer spawn. So we take all the sentinels off the board. The Dead King has no need for any constructs. All he needs is his Bone Legion. Alright, so they are now completely taken off. When the heroes face the Dead King in the final battle, they must first destroy Adrimon and then immediately battle the Dead King. And healing is not possible between battles. Alright. Awesome. Okay, so that is that. We get to move on. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to load up on some green fire potions while we're here. Actually, we don't have green fire potions available to us. Well, we might. What can we buy that is a... We can buy green fire potions. So items that have the waypost symbol in the grove are actually available in wayposts. So for a seed, we can actually get some of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to... we should get a Fawn's Charm as well. Fawn's Charm would be really good. We might have to stay here one extra day in order to get the Fawn's Charm. But let's go ahead and use some of our seeds on green fire potions. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to gain 4 green fire potions. And I'm just going to put 2 on each of our heroes. We go down to 4 seeds remaining. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we're going to be in our movement phase here. So we're going to move, actually why don't we camp here? We suffer some damage. We'll spend a gold to heal it all back. We are going to purchase some vines. And essence vines are 10 gold each, so we can get 2 vines. So we now have 4 vines that we're carrying. And let's spend them right away on the Fawn's Charm. We're going to get the Fawn's Charm for both of our heroes. What that means is you automatically negate one condition of your choice you suffer from while defending. So we have a Fawn's Charm. F Charm. Fawn Charm. All right. Then we have one of the villain phase. One of the cities is going to be turned to an enthralled city, and let's just for flavor's sake have it spread out from here. So one of these is now an enthralled city. Okay. What else? Let's see. This said something else about the fate tracker, I believe. Energy drain. Okay. So he's using the fate spool to drain the life from the surrounding populace. All right. So fate tracker goes up by 1. And it's our turn. So we're at full. I think what we're going to do is we are going to attack Aranea. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We are going to combat the Great Spider Queen. So we're going to roll skills. I didn't subtract gold last time. There we go. Subtracted gold for the purchase that we made. Ooh, failed our food roll. Made our food roll. Okay, so it is our turn. We've moved. We've rolled our skills. Time for a boss fight. Okay, we are facing Aranea. She is a level 6 boss. Bezel Quarks may open after this, which would be awesome. We could purchase some gear upgrades. Let's see what happens. So we are going to... oh, she's monstrous humanoid as well. We both have favored opponent against this this creature. Awesome. So I think what we're going to do... We no longer have our escort with us. That was done with back here. First thing I'm going to do is treasure hunting. So 8. We missed it again. Oh my lord, he's terrible at treasure hunting. The Historian, Vayshee the Dragon, is going to use Ancient Rituals and will... Actually, she's going to use Learned One this turn. So we get a boost of to our favorite opponent damage. And actually, I did the boost wrong the last time. I based it off of defend. It's actually based off of our attack. So when we fought the owl, we had a bit of extra damage coming in from the Historian when we shouldn't have. Okay. So the Scoundrel is going to roll favorite opponent. We have a +5 to the favorite opponent damage. 2 plus 5 is 7, and let's write her statistics on our battle mat here. So 88 and 86. All right, the Historian. We are going to roll our dice for that, and that is 2. Now, if you look at the Feathered Dragon, our racial ability here is once per game turn for 3 energy, you may roll twice as many favorite opponent dice. The opponent suffers the result as both health and energy damage. So we get to roll twice as much as our favorite opponent. So that's 2. Plus a hex is 8. Plus a 2 is 10. So that's 10 damage plus 5 is 15. And that applies to both health and energy damage. Okay. The Learned One is what she has used here for this turn. At rank 6, when you use this mastery, one ally gains your favorite opponents until the end of combat. That's okay. The Scoundrel already has favorite opponent Aranea. All right, so what does Aranea do to us? 4. Barbed legs. Oh, let's see what she has here. Group navigate, bugs in a web. We are fighting her on moderate, so she does get her moderate ability. Group navigate at the beginning of every declaration phase. All right, 7 make it, 3 make it, 8 make it, 4 make it. Heroes who fail suffer 1 energy damage and deal 1 less damage down to a minimum of half their attack rank until combat ends. This effect may stack with itself. Heroes who are encased are immune to this ability. Okay, so we have rolled that. We rolled a 4. Barbed legs, dual target health. 2 targets suffer 3 health damage plus the 1. So 4 plus the roll of the fate die split evenly between the 2. If the result is a hex, the damage is doubled, and this attack only affects the first target. If any result is an 8, the die explodes and another target is affected. Okay, so dual target health. 2 targets suffer 4 damage plus the roll of a fate die. 4. So 4 damage divided by 2 is 2, so that we each are taking 6 health damage. We are using our defend because we have the ability to do that while we're doing our other thing. So this damage is defended against, and that cost her 5 energy. So she's down to 66 energy, 22. Look at that. So we are down to 66 health and 66 energy at the beginning of that first game turn. We had 3 energy spent here, so it's 13. Okay. Next game turn, the Scoundrel will be doing a backstab, and that will be doing 17 plus 24, 34, 41 damage, plus the roll of a d10 is 8. So that's 49 damage. Highlander is going to be the only one that is attacking this round. So he will spend 2 energy to make that 49. So 98 damage coming in to this next round here. At the beginning of the phase, we are rolling in bugs in a web. So we have to roll our navigate. 5, I made it. Historian makes it with a roll of an 8, even despite that +1. Okay, and we've done the Scoundrel's attack. He needs to take 2 energy. Goes down to 6. The Historian is going to be using Ancient Rituals this turn, so that's going to be 2, 11. And let's see what Aranea does. So she does 5 this time. Aranea summons one of her guards. Search for the Spiderkin encounter. It enters combat and acts immediately. If it is already in play, raise its vitals by 6 and strengthen its damage by 1. So we kill Aranea. She is dead. She's taken all of this damage. But in a last-ditch effort to survive, she has brought in her Spiderkin to try and take us out. So now we are going to search for that Spiderkin encounter here. And we're going to see what they can do to us. Probably not much at this point. Alright, Spiderkin enters combat with us. And they are up to 32 health. And they are up to 32 energy. All right, they are also monstrous humanoid. So they act immediately. Let's roll to see what they do. They roll a 1, triple target energy and survival. Those who fail become poisoned. Well, they've just entered combat. And we are both going to be suffering this attack. So we have to roll survival. Made it. Oh, missed it. All right, so the historian misses it. She is defending because she's using her ability. That means she has the Fawn's Charm, so she can actually get rid of that poison condition just because she has the Fawn's Charm. That's awesome. She doesn't take any damage, but the Scoundrel will. The Scoundrel will take 6 energy damage. He is down to 0 energy remaining. All right. So the next thing that happens is some favored opponent damage. The historian is going to continue to use the learned one. He's sustaining it, so each round he's suffering 1 energy damage to sustain that action. Let's see. The Scoundrel does 4, plus 5 is 9, and 3 is 8, so we have 17 damage coming in. And then Scoundrel's just going to do a basic attack for 17. That's going to be end game for the Spiderkin. Historian is going to, he had that heal last time, so I think he will have healed his, let's heal the Scoundrel's energy from last round. This round he'll do Ancient Rituals also, and we'll see if that's a heal for energy or not. Spiderkin rolls a 5 again, or a 5 this time. Group health, each hero suffers +1 penalty to all skill rolls until the end of combat. So everyone's taking 5 health damage. Scoundrel is suffering 5. He goes down to 10. The Historian blocks it with his measured opponent. And that is the end of this combat with Aranea. We've destroyed the Spiderkin. We've destroyed the Spider Queen. We get 3 and 10 is 13. 13 gold. Okay. We get 3 food each. And we get wow, 2 power-up cards. Let's do those. Okay, so we still have Favor of the Elder that we received back at this battle site. Vayshee is going to get rid of this energy card, and she is going to pick a new power-up. As nice as that is, the +3 energy, I think she would have rather something else. +1 health and energy, that's okay. The health is going to be helpful. Okay, we are done with the power-ups. Now we get to divvy out the First Mastery or the Widow's Fang. Let's see who gets it. Vayshee rolls a 7, and the Scoundrel rolls a 7. Arghast re-rolling here. Hex or a 6. So Vayshee ends up with the +3 to first mastery. That is awesome. We would have wanted her to take it. So that's 16 now. She gains another ritual. We're going to make her ritual do more health damage. So I think that's that will be definitely a good thing. The next thing that happens is we get the Widow's Fang, which is another another legendary card. So the Widow's Fang. Look at the spiders crawling on it. Queen Aranea's Whip, a weapon forged from her unique webbing and imbued with vile spiderkin magic. Widow's Bite. Anytime the wielder uses only their attack action, they may also roll a fate die and deal piercing energy damage equal to the result. This die explodes on a result of a hex and 8. The target of the attack also begins to bleed. Sacrifice. The wielder may activate this item by sacrificing for the remainder of combat. The wielder may use their attack action twice per round. Oh, nice. 3 infused seeds or 1 essence flying. We have 3 seeds. Okay, so the wielder bonus gets a +3 to their attack. Awesome. So we have 22 attack rank for the scoundrel. This is huge. All right, and then we get a fragment as our last reward, and this is the amulet, folks. The amulet only has 1 fragment. That means we can piece together this amulet right away. As your hand grasps the fragment, you find yourself standing in a library. A blue-skinned Lumon sits at a table. She is paging through an ancient tome and quickly taking notes. She suddenly stands, excited as if discovering a truth. She runs toward you, a smile on her face. All right, so each of us gets to choose one of the skills to increase. And we will just go with the lowest here. And we can now put together this fragment. So that is awesome. Okay, the end of our turn, the Dead King is going to go. He turned 1 city last turn. He's not turning another one. The fate tracker goes up. We each take 2 energy drain. All right, and it's our turn. I think what we're going to do is I am going to, it is a new fate cycle, so we could take Hathawir to take us to this battle site. If we do, we could craft the amulet, and now we would have a second fragment. So why don't we do that? We're going to call on Hathawir. She drops us. She's actually going to double our movements. We get 12 movement speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We could just barely get there. So because we have befriended Hathawir, Hathawir has taken us across the map once again on the back of this gigantic owl. I think at this point, Arghast is fairly happy that he didn't destroy and eat the owl. Even though he was starving to death earlier, I feel like he's the Vayshee, his feathered dragon, has convinced him otherwise. All right, so this is moving cautiously, so that is awesome. We'll roll our skills. 2, 3, 3, good. And good. All right. Okay, the next thing that happens, we skip the circumstance phase, we go right into the event phase, and that is we just get this amulet relic. So let's find it. The Amulet of the Scholar. The amulet hangs in the air. The Illumon appears, a being whose quintessence is light. The amulet hangs from her sparkling necklace, glowing ever brighter. Be of strong mind, she says, for I believe in you. Once per game turn during the circumstance phase for 4 energy, you may roll the circumstance die twice. You may choose to play either, both, or neither as your circumstance this turn. Against the Magi, relics deal more damage. All relics wielded by heroes deal an additional 5 damage to the Magi while she has an active soul shield. All right, so awesome. Wielder bonus is +3 to... Oh, nice. Okay, so let's do that. I think what we're going to do is this is going to go to the Historian. Let's just see if she can wield it. For each relic the heroes possess, increase the rank requirement to reforge and wield additional relics by 2. So this wielder requirement is 6 to both masteries. Thankfully, learned 1 is at a 7, so she can wield the amulet. And this allows us to get the wielder bonus. So she goes up to 13 to our Explorer, and she gets +3 to one or the other mastery. And let's go with learned 1. That's going to allow us to gain an additional favorite opponent, and I think we're going to go with Construct on this one. So the Historian now gains Construct as favorite opponents, as well as creatures and humanoids. Hey guys, that concludes part 2 of our 3-part video with Vayshee the Feathered Dragon and Arghast, our Highlander Scoundrel. In this video, we saw quite a bit happen. The heroes made their way blindly following Pananchi Rue, the spirit, the Korrigan spirit that has led them through the forest. Our poor scoundrel almost starved to death, and he managed to just barely find some food just in the nick of time. We managed to piece together a couple of relics in this game. And we also saw the Dead King overtake the Magi. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and until next time, hopefully you have great adventures. Thanks.